Hey guys, welcome back. I know it's been a while, but I put together the orange truck. Let me turn you around and show it how it came out. So this side is painted as well as the other side. I just put some primer on it and some paint, but as you can see the color is a little bit off. It is puke yellow over here. Maybe the gray primer isn't the right choice. Maybe I should have gone with the red one, but this is how it looks. Just some rattle can spray finish, and I also sprayed all the cavities with wax, which you can see that still drops out there. I filled it from here and from down there, and also in the rocker panels. So that's done. And that's the other side. No filler was used, or Bondo I should say, but this is how it looks. Again, everything sealed up, so that's good to go. As I mentioned in the previous video, we are going to check out the red truck and compare the two, because I'm not certain which one to restore fully. Because of its flaws, that's never gonna be a full restoration, just because the bed is so far gone. That's just some sheet metal on it, but I show you the inside, how bad it is really. So, but first let's go over to the red one and open the back up and take a look at the engine. Here you can see the camper, which I taken off, and also started the rebuild on my other channel. It's just covered up because it's raining every day. I have the battery charger on because the battery is kapui. Maybe you can see all the smoke and oil that's in here. Let me turn the light on, maybe you can see it better, but that's how it looks from down here. And let me take this hatch off with some screws and we take a look. I haven't seen the engine, so that's the first for me also. All I know, it runs and it drips oil. Let's see. So this is how it looks. I guess this is a 1.9 turbo diesel engine from a T4, because that's not the factory intake and stuff. There you can see there it has a sport air filter which has fallen apart, and there is also some holes in there that's that defeat the purpose of the air cleaner, I guess. Not ideal. And also look at all the soot over here, that's all oil and grime. This should be the expansion tank, which is obviously a washer fluid bottle. From the factory they had the expansion tank over here, or the overflow tank that comes from this pipe. It has a, what's this? That's the, is that an oil cooler? An external oil cooler. Cool. I haven't seen one of those in a while. I haven't even noticed that where it's going to the front. We will take a look at that also. It drips also diesel fuel, so probably those lines are gone. Yes, that's soaking wet, so I guess it just drips down. this is some splices, and I said to you it has a tempomat or a cruise control. That's the thing over there, I guess, but it's all hacked up. This was probably the cable that goes to the throttle over here on the pump. I might have to put you in there to take a look at that. Because let me take you up front and show you the selector. Oh man, that thing is high. Because as you can maybe see, there's a set. When you pull it up, you can set the speed. There's off, you can cancel the thing. You can set it to go slower and memorize the speed that you're going at. So it's quite an involved thing, not just a vacuum powered one like the Audis at the time had. So I will take a look at that, because it's a cool thing and good for long travels. What else can we see? There's the power steering reservoir, which is bent up and also leaking. This filler pipe moves also, and there's also quite a lot of oil on it. I guess that's where the drips came from. It needs a good clean. It's very, very nasty. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you this. This is some kind of fill valve with you can fill it with an air pump, compressor, or at the service station, and those lines go to the should go through the shocks, because it has air assisted shocks on the rear. But I think this goes to the one side and that should go to the right side. I see also this coiled up over here for some, what is this thing? That's some EGR exhaust recirculating valve thingy from a newer model car, or from the T4, which goes onto here and controls the recirculation of the exhaust for emission things. What we have here: spare belts. Anything else? Nothing. Sorry for the shaky cam, but this is the best way I can show you what I can see. Let's just put this over here somewhere. Okay, dokie. Didn't even check the oil. There's something in it, but does not look too good. If you remember, I had to shorten the dipstick on the orange one because it has a completely different oil pan as the original that came with this engine, or any kind of engine that was mounted in a Golf. So I hope they shorten it correctly so that it shows the correct amount and not just a random number or random amount. So I say, let's start this engine and move the whole thing forward, so we can take a look from underneath and check all the things out. I haven't started it in a while. Oh yeah, and it's missing the covers for the license plate lights. Probably they didn't put it on since the repaint. Somebody hacked up the ignition switch. It's all hollowed out, but I have a replacement from a Golf that should be the same. It has a part number, yep, there is it, 171, so that's a Golf Mark 1. That should fit into there, but I have to remove the steering wheel, that cover and those switches, and I can change that. So, but let us take a look underneath, because I haven't. As you can see, there is no muffler on it. There you can see, not the factory turbo, as it seems they built a engine mount, because the original one would have collided with the turbo as it's mounted over here, because the factory one is mounted somewhere in here. Actually the welds look quite good, and it's also sturdy enough, I guess. It's plated up here, that should be probably 2 centimeters thick, and this is about 8 millimeters. The factory mounts go up here. There's a screw missing. Some spider webs. And here you can see the drippage. That's the filler hose, or the filler pipe that goes up to there, and this is something thinner. I guess maybe the oil mixed with some, yep, mixed with some diesel fuel. And also, yeah, that's the power steering pump leaking, but it's quite common on these things. Here you can see the air assisted shocks. There they are. I haven't tested them. There's the bunch of lines that go to the front. These are the oil lines, I guess. And somewhere in here, that's the power steering line. It's quite rusty under here, but that's just surface rust. Oh, let me remove some slats over here and we go further forward. Also, the transmission has some oil leaking from the drain plug, I guess, or that's just, or maybe the seal, the dry shaft seal. This is the gear selector, which is very sloppy, probably all worn out. Also the bush in the middle and probably at the front, because it's much worse than it was on the orange one before I fixed it. Also in here, that's just some surface rust. As you remember, I fixed this part on the orange one, right in here, and also all this was gone on the orange one. This has some rust here in the corner. Not sure how deep it is, but the sealant is damaged over there. You have seen the transmission mount fix on the orange one, which works flawlessly. The swing arms look good. I know it's a bit dark for you because the sun is. Let me show you this side maybe. They look very good. Anyhow, if I restore this one, this is going to be probably completely sandblasted, taken apart and sandblasted. This side is also in much better shape than it was on the orange one, but it looks all good over here. Brake lines look good. All the CV shaft rubber bellows look good, but the shafts are completely dry, as you can hear. That side needs some grease too. That's the fuse panel and relay box. Let's take a look inside. Oh, I hate these wire teeth or these crappy joints. Those are shit. So let me move the truck back behind so we can take a look at the front. It had frequently new brakes, as it looks, but not the dust shield. It has the newer style of calipers on it. Those are sliding calipers. And I have the paperwork that they have done some ball joint, all of them in the front, and some tie rods. Nah, probably not tie rods because that rubber is shut. This is the power steering rack. Which is quite tight. That's a good thing because they are expensive. Those are the lines that come from the back. Little bit of zip tie work. Not sure what this is. Probably has something to do with the cruise control. That's the gear shifter linkage, which I mentioned to you. That's very, very sloppy. So those things need to be renewed or replaced. No spare wheel, but it looks quite clean. Even that area over here a little bit of surface rust. This U-joint needs to be replaced. That's where all the slap club comes from. The non-power steered ones had a rubber coupling over here. This has some kind of U-joint deal, but that's need to be replaced. Also, these are the newer front trailing arms. The bushes look quite good, but I will replace probably everything when I restore this. The other side looks also good. They replaced the dust shield on this side on the brakes, and that's the new ball joint. Yep. Here you can see the lines that go to the oil cooler. Those lines go to the front of the radiator, probably. Over here in the front, a little bit of white powdery stuff. Probably some salt, but that's just surface. That's the front beam. That's all right. Those are the steps. Those are rusted out and filled with Bondo, but that's a common problem on those. So this side is better. Quick look at the wheel arches. They look very good on this side. This is the right side of the truck. Let's move to the left. Yeah, there you can see again it's cracked and there's rust forming. So that was a quick look underneath. So I'm just editing the video right now, and it is already 20 minutes long, and I have still 40 minutes to go. But I think this is enough for one video to watch through, so this will be a two-part thing, and we are going to compare the two trucks next week, I guess, next week on Sunday. So thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and see you soon. Bye.